Hi, my name is Karina, and I am a Spanish tutor at the Learning Center. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about preterite versus imperfect. And this is in regards to Spanish 102 or 201 or 202. So the first thing we need to remember is that preterite and imperfect are in regards to past tense. So it's talking about things that happened in the past. Now, beginning with preterite, a preterite verb is always going to be a complete action. So something that has a beginning and an end, as well as, and you'll most likely know how long it occurred, which is again something that has a beginning or an end. So think examples like, yo jugué baloncesto por 2 años. I played basketball for 2 years. That you know exactly how long that occurred, and you know that it has a beginning and it has an end. It's a complete action. And then an interrupted action. So if I was saying, oh, I was walking through the woods and suddenly a bear jumped out at me, that's preterite. The bear jumping out, that's interrupting the action where you were walking through the woods, and so that would be a preterite example. Then you have a specific or certain time, so that would be an example like, we need to meet at 5 o'clock, or we met at 5 o'clock. Conocimos a las 5. So that would be preterite. And then beginning of an event. So like empezó a llover. It started to rain. So that's the beginning, something just begun. And that's preterite because when it started to rain, that's one point in time. It didn't start to rain. It was raining, which would be imperfect, but when it started to rain, that only happened once. And then finally, a sequence of events. So if you have a long line where you're saying, we swam, then we ate dinner, then we went to bed, that would be preterite because you did those actions in that long string of events. So that would be preterite. Then you have imperfect, which are habitual actions, so actions you did over and over again, like yo siempre jugaba con mi hermana. I always played with my sister. That would be imperfect. Then you have a characteristic or condition, so like ella tenía pelo castaño. She had blonde hair. So then that would be a characteristic of that person. That's something that doesn't easily change, something that was consistently that same way. An ing verb, so like in our other example, I was walking through the woods. Any verb ending in ing is a continuous action, and so that's going to be imperfect. And then time or age. So yo tenía 5 años, like I was 5 years old, and that's because you really don't know how long someone was 5 years old. Obviously, it was a year most likely, but you don't know. That's more of a description as to what's coming next. So, like when I was 5 years old, I slipped and fell on my bike. So the slipped and fell on my bike would be preterite, but the being 5 years old is setting that up. So that's imperfect. Another really important thing to understand is that imperfect is always going to set up preterite, and preterite is always going to set up imperfect. So when you're reading a story or something, it's most likely going to begin with imperfect. Like I was walking through the woods, it was a beautiful day, there were many clouds in the sky, I was 5 years old at the time, when, and then the when is a keyword to showing that you're going into preterite because it's marking a change in the sentence. Another way to think about preterite and imperfect, if you're a visual person, is to think about imperfect as this squiggly line of events. It's continuous, it's happening and it's happening, and you don't really have a beginning or an end. And then the preterite comes in and breaks that up. So the preterite's what comes in during that continuous squiggly line of events. So that's a good way to think about it if you're a visual person. And that's the main rundown on preterite versus imperfect.